He has allowed us to come into his presence. Woo! One more time. Oh, bless his holy name. My God, my God. And see, that's powerful because he didn't have to do it, but he did. Oh, bless him. I heard the songwriter say, this is the Lord's doing, and it's marvelous. Lift your voice and say, it's marvelous. It's marvelous in our sight. Could nobody do this but God to allow us to come into his presence just one more time. And God, even though I may not have been worthy, he allowed us. He allowed us just to come together just one more time. One more time. Oh, Lord, help us. Oh, I feel good in this place because God didn't have to do it. It means something, not just to go to church, but to be in the presence of God. Oh, bless him. I don't want to be around a bunch of phony and a bunch of fakes. I want to be around somebody that have tasted and seen that the Lord is good. Do I have a witness in the house? Oh, glory to God. It wasn't only David that said taste and see that the Lord is good. I tasted it. And so I can tell somebody else, you ought to taste and see that the Lord is good. When the devil is tricking young people, messing them up, tell them you got time. But I'm glad that I came to God at the age of 22. And the only regret that I have, I wished I had come sooner. Because a lot of things, a lot of heartaches and a lot of trials that I took my mother through could have been avoided. But nevertheless, I made it. I'm on the Lord's side. And it makes me mighty glad. While you're standing, let me just give you some insight into a couple of scriptures. Psalms 116:15 said, blessed, now precious in the sight of the Lord, is the death of one of his saints. John the Revelator said, blessed are they that die in the Lord. Henceforth said the Spirit, for they shall rest from all of their labor. That being said, it let us know that we're going to die. It doesn't make any difference whether you're a saint or you're a sinner. We're going to die. You know, but if dying was just the end of it, wouldn't be bad. If the body would just go back to the dust and that be the end of it, it'd be okay. Then we can live however we want to live with no expectations of consequences for our actions. But after this, come the judgment. So that we can stand before God and give an account of every deed done in our mortal body. As I go into the Word of God, I got a question for you. How much time do you have? How much time do you have? Men and women, boys and girls, they got to know something. They got to know that I have time. I got time to get right. I got time to get myself together before I close my eyes on this side for the last time. How much time do you have? Because you have to know something to live like you're living. And knowing that there's going to be a judgment. We're going to have to stand before God. And we're going to have to give an account of every deed done in your mortal body. So obviously you know something. I got time. But let me tell you something. That's the biggest lie that ever been told. That been perpetrated upon all of humanity. The greatest method of deceit that Satan has is to tell men and women, boys and girls, you got time. And the thing about it, look at our society. Many of them believe that. Many of them believe that I got time. You know why? That's why we went clubbing last night. That's why we went clubbing. We went partying. You got women with children, but they find somebody to babysit the children so they can go out club hopping. Or should I say looking for trouble? Oh, I don't care if you don't ever like it. The reason we go to the club is because we're looking for trouble. We're trying to find some devilment to get into. Women's going to trying to find a man to play in their tutu. Men trying to find women that they can play in their tutu. What's wrong with y'all? I'm going to keep it real. We wasn't going out to find Jesus. So our idea of a good time is going out messing up. People used to come to work and on Monday say, man, I got drunk in Cooter Brown on this weekend. I didn't even know my name. But that's fun. That was fun. And I was with that man's wife, woman. Man, he was shooting at me, man, but I was ducking and dodging. But that's fun. That's the life. Setting up in the club with some other woman's man, and I almost caught him. But they didn't see me, but I got up out of there. Hey, but that's fun. That's what we call fun. Man, I went to jail Friday night. I just got out in time enough to come to work this morning, but that's fun. This is how warped our mind are. We think that that's fun, getting caught up in devilment. But it is fun. You didn't know that? Moses, in Hebrews 11, 24, 25, choosing to suffer the affliction with God's people than to enjoy the pleasures of sin is only for a season. See, sin. Not all sin. You know, Solomon, the wisest man that ever lived, says stolen water is sweet. Messing up something, you know, you having fun. But no doubt this, that everything that you do, God going to bring it into the judgment. You're going to have to give an account of every deed done in your mortal body. You can be seated. The devil has tricked our society in believing that they got time. I'm not worried about tomorrow. But let me tell you something. You better seek the Lord while he may be found. Because there's going to come a time, why is he saying that? Because there's going to come a time that you're going to seek for him and can't find him. There's going to come a time that people are going to wake up and say, hey, I want to be saved. But let me tell you something. But God is not drawing. See, none come save the Spirit of the Lord is drawing. And see, some of you here today, you think that you was here just by somebody inviting you, but God was drawing you. He wants you to come because there's something I want to do in your life. You know, people wait until they're old and decrepit. Coming in here, you got to have on more ventilators and everything else because you smelling Ben Gay or Sarman Jr. and all that kind of stuff. The church smelling like a sick room. But now they come up here about to take my breath because I'm trying to pray for them. I just want to give my life to God. What life? You done gave all of your youth to sin. That's why the Bible said childhood and youth is vanity and vexation of the spirit. Fathers have stopped being fathers. Mothers have stopped being mothers. Because where are the fathers that sit down and take the time to talk to the sons? The mothers that take the time to sit down and talk to the daughter. Not about what club we're going to go to tonight. And this is why we have a society that doesn't respect nobody. You got 3 generations of people, grandma, the mama, and the granddaughter, all of them at the club. All of them passing the joint. Now, how in the world you going to tell me something? All of them trying to find a man. Come on, talk to me. Old women, you know Stella, she's trying to get her groove back. Stella's trying to get hers back, so I'm trying to get theirs on. But there's going to be a payday for every decision that we make. The devil is deceiving all of those that are not paying attention to what's going on in this day and time. In the book of Luke, the 12th chapter, and I want to begin reading at the 16th verse. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns, and I will build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruit and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. And I want to ask you something. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? See, it's for us to say, if the Lord's will, we will do this or we will do that, if the Lord's will. But see, the rich man here typifies the mindset of humanity. What I would do. Like I control time. Like I have the power over life or death. That I can determine how long I'm going to live. But God said, you're not in charge. You are not in charge. See, the thing about God is, listen, I got the power to say live and you'll live. And I got the power to say die and you'll die. And see, this is what people fail to realize. They think that I'm okay because the long suffering of God. Because God is being long suffering with you in your mess. Can I just teach you? See, when I was in my mess, God was long suffering with me. It wasn't because I was okay. It was the long suffering of God. Now, let's talk about Jezebel. Jezebel was messed up. And she was messing up other men. Not just other men, but men of God. You know how these lust hounds in the church today, they can't keep their eyes off of big legs and junk in the trunk. Come on, talk to me. You're not going to make me believe that Jezebel was an ugly woman because she was the king's wife. And he wasn't going to go through the kingdom and get an ugly woman. So we're looking at a woman out of control. She was one of those girls gone wild. Oh, Lord. So that she was tripping up the men of God. Now, the Bible said that God gave her a space of 11 years to repent of her whoredom, her sleeping around, laying up with men that were not her husband. But he gave her a space of 11 years. Maybe she thought that was okay to play the harlot. But God gave her space of 11 years to repent, and she repented not. It's just like some of you still don't want to do the right thing. You want to do the wrong thing. You want to do the wild thing. But the long suffering of God is going to run out. Just like it did for Jezebel. God sent a man to God into the city of Jezreel. And Jezebel, as she had done so many times, she painted her face and tied her head, and her intent was to tempt him. But see, God got some real men of God. I don't care how you look. I don't care how much junk you got in your trunk. I don't care how big your legs are. It doesn't make any difference. They are committed to God and not to sin. And so when Jehu came to town and she thought it was going to work for him, and Jehu looked up and saw that woman up there, my God, trying to tempt him, he said, who's on the Lord's side? And the Bible said 2 or 3 eunuchs stood up. And he said, cast her down. Not if I can catch her so we can ride off into the sunset. I want her when she hit the ground like a sack of dirt that I can say, get up. And he ran over. Maybe that's why these women got that from. Running over their husband. Because he ran over Jezebel. He ran over with his chariot, and the Bible said her blood splattered the walls of Jezreel. Then later on, he told some, say, hey, y'all go bury her because she's a king's daughter. In other words, she deserved a proper burial. But when they went back, all they found was a skull and a hand. The dogs had eaten her up. Now do me a favor while you're sitting there. Just look at your neighbor and say, sin is not worth it. It's not worth it. And so I don't care. See, you sit here today, you trying to find Mr. Right, and you trying to find Miss Right, and you buy into all of this junk that's on television, Christian mingle. Christian mingles. This where, E-match and all of this junk. Let me tell you something. You got to be a twofold fool. Trying to get hooked up with somebody on the World Wide Web. But I guess if you're a desperate housewife, you could be a desperate man. A friend of mine, I had known him for some years in his family. So some years back, his dad and I was talking, and I asked about him. He said, Brother Thomas, that boy went up to somewhere, I forget where, I can't think of the place, and he got married to some woman that he met on the internet. And so they got married. And they stayed married for a while, just to let the dust settle. Just to make him think that she was in love with him. But all the time it was a setup. Now he didn't mess around there and put her name on all of the accounts. He goes to work. He come back and his oxidol done hit the house. Clean as a whistle. I mean, it was clean as a whistle. She done took all of the furniture, left his clothes, but she took everything else. But we was in love. We met on the internet. And she took him to the cleaners. I don't care. Said, man, somebody said, well, I met mine and we've been married for years. I don't care. You a fool too. Both of you are fools. Why don't you do it like God said? Give your life to God and seek God. Because see, if you do it like the Bible said, you're going to get Bible results. Let me tell you something. Married women, see, you got to share yourself with God and your husband. So what you mean? Because you don't have power over your own body, but the husband. And husband, let me straighten you out too. You don't have power over your own body, but the wife. That being said, because you're no longer twain, but you're one flesh. Oh, but my God. But she that is single, she got advantage on you. Because her affection should be set on things above and not on things of this earth. Because she can be holy in body and in spirit. She ought to be seeking and dedicating and consecrating her life to God. She don't have no business seeking a husband. She don't have no business asking God for no husband. You out of the will of God. You are in the flesh because your mind is stayed upon the Lord. You ain't worried about no husband. You worry about a wife. Worry about serving him. How you can please him. Can I just teach it up in here? Or this is 1 Corinthians 7 teaching. Because why would you, a woman, want to be asking God for a husband anyway? Why would you want to ask God for a husband anyway? Because he that findeth the wife findeth a good thing. That man got to find you. That man has to find you. You don't have no business. I got around there trying to, Lord, send me a husband. You ought to get saved first. No, God, you ought to be getting saved. And all you ought to be thinking about is the Lord. And brother, you ought to be thinking about is the Lord. Because if it's in the will of God for you to be married, God got a wife for you. And Adam, he brought Eve unto Adam. So he got somebody for you. But you don't have to be running around that, your whole prayer. You're not even consecrating unto God. And let me tell you something. Before you can get her, you're not prepared for. I know you hot, my God, from the waist down. Come on, talk to me. You got a little quiet right there. I just want to see if I can hear that rat peeing on cotton. But it got quiet right there. See, for the most part, men and women, they are thinking from the waist down. You want a man, he won't work. Come on, talk to me. But we have some good sex. Good sex don't pay no rent. It don't pay no utility. That gonna get old too. Can I teach? You go get you a brand new car. After a while, the new gonna wear off. What you gonna do? You think about it, you gonna start having some trouble out the old car? Then you wanna do? Trade it in. Gonna start trading it in. Ooh. But when you're committed to God, when you are committed to God, you're not worried about all this other stuff. And see, people, this is what the world make you think that, hey, serving God is boring. Serving God is boring. No, this is a beautiful life. When I look at the word of God and it tells me that the way of a transgressor is hard. Jesus is saying, if you follow me, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. No, you can't continue in sin. You got to give up sin. You got to walk in the newness of life. And thank you, Holy Ghost. This is why folks sitting up in the church miserable because they're thinking about some man, thinking about some woman. I'm sick and tired of folk come talking to me about, I don't want to hear nothing about no marriage because you ain't ready for no marriage. You don't get ready for marriage from the waist down. Let me look at your bank account. I'll see if you're ready for marriage. If you ain't got no bank account, they ain't no sense you talking about no wife because you can't afford that. If you can't take care of your business, you can't take care of yours and a wife. I don't care if you don't ever like it. I don't care how good he look. I don't care how stiff the jeans is. I don't care if he have to jump down them. They stand up against the wall And you just get up there and jump down into them. I don't care how stiff they is. I don't care if they speaking in tongues while they walking. You know they got so much starch in them, they just... Oh, Jesus. Your thing is the Lord. Listen, I want a real man, not just a man. I want a real man. I want a man that got a job. I don't want one that's looking. I want one that's got a job. And then, you know, folks that say you got to be you want to go apply for a loan or something, so you got to be on the job a certain amount of time. You got to be settled on the job. Come on, talk to me. If you want to be, I'm telling you what it's going to take. See what these women doing now, they just being had bad. They run through men just like they run through a car wash. Listen, I met a young man. He used to come to church with Mr. Milo. You know, they invited him. He came a few times, and lo and behold, I met him at one of the stores. And then he was with another man's wife. So they done got separated in the store, and he's waiting on it. But so he and I was up talking. He talked about I got this. No, I asked him about where he go to church. He said, I go to this church over here. I know where we were talking about. It's over there. You know, they have church in the garage. I knew exactly what you're talking about. And so now, and he called the man name. He called the man name backwards, but I knew who we were talking about. And so, while we standing up there talking here, Miss Switcher Britches come up there. And she looked up and saw me, and you could have bought her for a penny. Because she had been to the church, her and her husband. And he introduced her, this is my friend. But she looked at me, and her face got just a pale as that wall. I just said, how you doing? Because I knew the score. I knew she was hoeing. Because her husband worked offshore. And she hoeing. She didn't have nothing. And he didn't have nothing. Let me come on this side just for a minute, because I'm going to slide on to the right. Listen, Sister Gay, Brother Man, why would you think they're going to be faithful to you when they won't be faithful to nobody else? You ain't all that. I don't care what you look in the mirror and say, man, you're a bad girl. You know you got it going on. I'm telling you the truth. You're not all that. You are not all that. Brother man, you're not all that. And so you set yourself up to be deceived. Over here, you ain't all that. That man gonna tell you, you know you everything. You know we whisper sweet words of nothing. Don't mean a thing, and that just melt your heart. And you think you got something, and next thing you know, he dogging you out. You don't have a man that'll cuss you out. You don't need him. Because he don't respect you. If they don't respect you, they won't be faithful to you. And the women's a bunch of lowlife. They go around calling one another bees. And that's my homegirl. And we kick it like that. You a bunch of fools. That's degrading. That's degrading. And then you got these hooches. Did I say hooch? Oh, you didn't slip out. When you see them walking around, got the tops on, got the B word across there. You know you stupid. You know you twofold stupid. And then walking around with these little old days that do child, you all up to the black and got pink and all this here rolled across there. You nasty, 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 nasty. You extra nasty. Because you don't have no respect for yourself. As long as you got dog written on your forehead, that's the way they're going to treat you. They're going to treat you like a dog. But let me tell you something. That's what I love about serving God, because, see, Mary Magdalene, she was caught in the very act of whoring. I know y'all want to hear the adultery, but she was whoring. She was sleeping around with a man that was not her husband. But Jesus saved her. And then he said, go and sin no more. In other words, go and whore no more. Because that's the sin that she was doing. She went out there selling dope. He wasn't saying don't go sell dope no more. He was talking about the go and sin no more. The sin that you were doing, she was whoring, she was sleeping around. I just call it what it is. I don't have time to try to dress up sin, because I don't want nobody to feel like it's okay to do these things. Because when a young man loves you, he's going to provide a place for you to stay. He's going to make sure you got food to eat. He's going to make sure you got more than a bed in the house. Not a bed or a hot plate. Oh, they got a bed and a hot plate. No, they don't have a microwave. They got a hot plate. Boiling beans and wings. But they in love. Let me move. Calling men to be men. Calling men to be men. This is not what just about going to church. It's calling men to be men. What make a man when he accepted this role of responsibility? Come on, talk to me. A real man gonna love you. Come on, talk to me. And it ain't just talking about it. What you say, team? You want to know what love is? Because see, they don't know. Yeah, she want to know what love got to do with it, because hoeing, that don't mean you can that love you. Laying around, sleeping around doesn't mean a man or a woman love you. Come on, talk to me. When you love somebody, you do what it takes to make them happy. Give them a sense of security. Come on, talk to me. So you don't have to worry about me going nowhere. I'm going to be there. And it is when a woman wants that security. That, hey, my husband coming home. Ain't not my man coming home, because your man might not come home. And then when he get home, because he done been playing somewhere else, decide I better go home now. But no, a real man, that's all he got. You're his and he's yours. You don't have to share him with nobody. And so this is what God does. He reshapes our mind. And so, God, I got to be changed. I want to change, because I know that I'm going to stand before God and I'm going to give an account of every deed done in my mortal body. Ain't no such thing as no boyfriend and no girlfriend. I don't care if y'all don't ever like it. I'm going to see you got to try it before you buy it. Fool, this ain't no car. This not a pair of shoes. No, that's a little too tight. That's a little bit too loose on my feet. It's slipping when I walk. It slide up and down. These are not things. As long as they can get the milk free, they're not going to buy the cow. As long as they can come and hit it and quit it, they ain't going to buy the cow. Come on, talk to me. I don't care if you brother ain't been saved all the time. You know the score. None of y'all came from heaven. I didn't even come. I'm just saved. You can find me in 1 Corinthians 6, 9, and 10. You can find me there. But you can find me more so in verse 11. For such were some of you. Oh, but now I'm washed. Now I'm sanctified. Now I'm justified. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I'm just glad to be saved. I'm just glad that God called me out of darkness into the marvelous light. See, when you preach like that, folks feel convicted and they say, that preacher talking about, listen, I've been there. I did not come from heaven. God saved me. And he saved me from sin. And I can't stand there and tell you all that stuff I done did because it's a shame to speak of everything that we done done in sin. But I'm telling you, I committed sin and God saved me. You teach and you instruct young men how to be men. You teach young ladies how to be young ladies, how to carry and to conduct yourself. See, we so caught up in entertainment that we don't see a message. Because if you want to see something coming to America, with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, he wasn't going around out for any and everything. He didn't go, and when he saw all the little hoochers, that didn't turn him on because that wasn't what he was looking for. But the young lady that had respect for herself. That's what you said wasn't a reason. Didn't you say they respect yourself? Because this is the way women, the young ladies, they dress provocative and seductive because they don't have no respect for themselves. Come on, talk to me. Because see, that part, all that you exposing it, Now, this is just for a husband or wife to see. Men don't go too tight. Men don't walk around with their drawers hanging out their pants like a parachute. With their boxer drawers hanging out. I don't care if you never like, hey, if that bum try to talk to you, say, hey, you can't talk to me. You don't even know how to pull your pants up. I want a man that know how to wear his pants. And if he can't he don't know how to keep his pants up and his drawers showing, hey, move around. Move around. And see, they think that's cool, but they don't understand where it came from. That came from prison. That was when punks that in prison that won't let them know that they was available, they wore their pants down. And y'all think y'all looked at these thugs on television, on hip-hop and all that think that's cool. No. That's a nasty thing. And now let me run that by. You nasty devil, you. And then don't worry about it. They try to have on some light colors. Them things so dingy. Act like they don't have one pair of drawers. Because even if they're dirty, you pair your pants up, nobody know they're dirty. But God can save you. God can deliver you. And let me say, thank you, Holy Ghost. I don't want nobody to think, say, hey, he picking on me. And he's talking about me. If the shoe fit, wear it. But I'm not per se talking about you. I'm trying to help us. Because I done been there. I done done that. But I just thank God that I'm saved. When you look at see, I wasn't like Bill Clinton. Brother Jerry, you know, he talking about he didn't inhale. I did. When I put it to my mouth, I keep telling you, it looked like Rudolph's nose. It lit up. And I know he's telling a lie because his nose be red all the time. He must be still hitting it. Must be still sitting around because his nose stay red. I told you I didn't come from heaven. God saved me. I heard the gospel of the kingdom. And I decided I didn't want to live like I was living. I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be a part of the party scene. I wanted to be different. Didn't care what my friends said. I wanted to be different. Because all these friends and the young lady that called, that's his best friend right there. And the best friend got him trying to cheat on you. The best friend got to take you, meet other women and all of this and stuff. And then that one you call her best friend, her best friend trying to hit on your man. Come on, talk to me. No. What kind of friend is that? If those are friends, what would you do if you had enemies? But see, this type of preaching, this type of teaching, instruction in the church, it ain't time to get nobody just to jump and shout. I don't care if you don't ever shout. I want you saved. I want you delivered. Because you don't have to live like that. How many of you know you deserve better? How many of you know that you deserve better? Now do me a favor, say, I'm better than that. I'm better than that. I'm better than that. Oh my God. And now you got to make up your mind. I'm going down to the potter's house and I want God to work on me. I want God to do a work in my life. Because when I leave out of here today, I don't want to be the same. Now, don't leave out and say I ain't coming back. No, I don't want to be the same. I'm going to get my life together because I want to change. Listen. It means something as a man to have something to work to work for. You got a family you got to take care of. Whether I feel like it or not, I got obligations and I got to hit. I can't go stand around on the corner with mustard homeboys. Hey, dog. Man, we're going to be hanging out on the cut. You coming? Oh, man, I got to hit it. Oh, man, that's all you do is go to work. Well, I got babies. Well, I got babies, too. And I don't take care. No. I'm a man. And I'm taking care of my responsibility. I'm not looking for Uncle Sam to take care of my responsibility. The baby getter ought to be the babysitter. It's time for grandma to stop keeping the babies while you go out and make some more. Come on, talk to me. While you going, we going to the club tonight, but take them with you. You better hope to have a place where they keep the children. Where you can sign them in, because I'm not keeping them for you. I don't care if y'all don't ever like it. This is my testimony. As a young boy, I was, for whatever reason, sitting on the porch and must have had my dad on my mind. And I got up, I went into the house and said, Mom, I don't want to be like my dad. I don't want to be like my dad. I wanted to be there for my children. And I always said, I don't want my sons to say I want to be like Mike. I want them to say I want to be like Dad. Because of the example that Dad set forth. Let me tell you something. This is why you need a good dad, a good daddy. You need a good mother. Because a son needs to say, hey, I want to be like Dad. And that daughter needs to say, I want a husband like Dad. Come on, talk to me. You don't want nobody that's cool and hip, because Daddy couldn't be cool and hip. He had to make sure that y'all had what you need. Y'all didn't have to want for nothing. Not a one of my children will tell you they had to want for anything. We took my two sons and they were thinking about being in the band, so we're going to go look at some instruments. They chose what they wanted. We go to the music store. They said, no, we got some used ones there. I said, I don't want no used. I want them brand new. Oh, at that time, it was about $1,000 or so for an instrument. I wanted them brand new. My son turned, I think he was 12 or 13, and we bought him a brand new ATV. When he got ready to go to college, he was working at the shopping center. So we had an old car. We said, we're going to get this one. He said, no, we don't want to take a chance of something if it break down. So Sister Brenda went to the dealership, bought him a car off the transport truck. Bought the car off the transport truck. 8 miles on it. So I want to be a good day. We have a son in college. All we do is say, all you do is just, hey, you just take care of your insurance. We got the rest of it. Because the reason being, we got to teach him some responsibility. Other son in college, we would go every 2 weeks, give him $100, spending money, buy his groceries. He had nothing to worry about, but I guess we made it too easy for him. And with Ashley, she was in private school. The other one was Fruit Loop. But you can't fault me in a lot of bad decisions that our children made, or that bothered the mom and I, until God delivered us. God said they're doing what I gave them to do. I said, what you gave them to do? I'm saying they sinned. He said the power of choice. You can't control choice. All you done what you're supposed to do, is that's instilled in them wholesome values. But it's up to them to make the choices. Now, whether they're going to do something with what they've been taught, or whether they want to go out there and venture out like the young man and say, hey, I want to go out there and sow my oats. I want you, God, say, Father, just give me my portion that before me, because I want to go out there and do the wild thing. The Bible said he went into a far country and he wasted his money with righteous living. Partying hard. But the man said, don't nobody want you when you're down and out. No money and no honey. So all of those friends that want to hang out with him now they had money, another round on me. You were the life of the party. But when you stop being able to buy rounds, they wouldn't hang around. And said, as long as you buying, and woman, you are sick when you taking care of a man. Can I just teach you? The Bible tells us about two whores. Twin whores. A holer and a holabar. And he said, thou art contrary. Because you give gifts to men. Normally, they pay the whores. That's Bible. Y'all didn't know that? That's not Ebony. This not none of that old foolishness that y'all be reading. This is Bible. You're contrary. You got women in this day and time take welfare money and support some bum. Don't make me go to Lamentation 4. When the Bible says, the daughters of my people have become, they messed up. He said, the tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the top of the mouth for thirst. He said, they won't even pull out the breast to give the baby milk. He said, even the sea monster pull out the breast. And she give baby sea monster. Y'all didn't know this Bible. This ain't no junk I done read. This is Bible. And so, they don't have time. This is why the children wind up with all of these diseases and all these attitudes and stuff because they got cow's milk. Cow's milk, how in the world a cow eating green grass? I'll turn around and give you some white milk. Come on, talk to me. But let me... But you got to make up your mind that God, I'm sick and tired of the way I'm living. Because right now, I don't know when my time going to be up. I don't know when. I'm going to go around the next corner, and that's going to be my last time. Can I just teach? Jonathan and David were talking. He said, there is but one step between me and death. That the next step that you take, you may step out of time into eternity. And the thing you don't want to do is step out of time into eternity unprepared. Oh, my God. But it's this type of preaching, this type of teaching, my God, that'll get you ready for heaven. It'll get your life turned around. It'll get your feet on solid ground. And somebody got to make up their mind. I want better out of life. And I'm telling each and every one of you, this is not something that you first time hearing. You get the most out of life before most of life is gone. Husband and wife, you enjoy one another. Cut out the foolishness, all of the bickering, all of the fussing, and all of the fighting. Enjoy one another because sooner or later, one of you going to be gone. And you don't want to be sitting around there and saying, I wish I could have. I wish I would have. I should have. No, you take care of your business now. You enjoy your wife. You enjoy your husband. Come on and talk to me. And you better enjoy your children. You better enjoy your children. Because one day they're on your lap, the next day they're downtown. Come on, talk to me. They're downtown. And so let me tell you something. Thank you, Holy Ghost. I'm telling every parent, we got to fight for our children. I don't want to see them die and go to hell. So how are you going to fight for them? I got to stay on my knees. I got to turn the place over. Ain't no sense in arguing and fussing, running your blood pressure up. You got all these kind of illnesses and sicknesses, and it's because of you worried about these children. Don't go around there. I'm putting them in God's hand. Well, why you worried? Why you need Valiums? Come on, talk to me. Because they're going to do what they're going to do. And you got to understand, just in case this is for the 1 million or 2 million time that listen, there's a consequence to sin. There's a consequence to sin. And so now we want to say, I'm putting them in God's hand. When God start dealing with you, then you, no, I don't want them going through. You double-minded bohemian, you. You just told me, Lord, whatever it takes to save. Come on, talk to me. And then soon as something bad happened to them, they ain't dead, but they just going through. I said, God, Lord, whatever it takes, that their soul might be saved. I don't want to see them lost. God, I don't care if I take an arm, I take a leg, but because it's better for you to go into heaven maimed, or lame, blind, than to go to hell whole. Lord, whatever it takes to save their life. And so now, I don't care. Lord, I hope they just come while they got the mind in the right mind. while you're in your right mind, why don't you come and let God bless your life? Listen, it's time to change. It's time to turn it around. It's time to get yourself together. It's time to stand up and be the woman that God wants you to be. It's time for you to stand up and be the man that God intended for you to be. Can I get a witness up in here? See, we done lost a lot. And see, we let our children embarrass us. You just tell them, devil, y'all just hold hands when you get a husband. Y'all hold hands, because we got this. See, but we didn't. Even so, we saved, but we separate. That makes sense. See, if you got a car and if the seat that long, you on one side, they on the other. But there used to be a time. What did we say, Brother Hurst? It looked like one person in the car. I don't care if you had a stick, they would sit up on it. Yeah, you know you want to shift it. Come on, talk to me. Hey, and they ain't even moved. We was in love. But then we say we still in love, and you on one side of the pew and I'm on the other. Come on, talk to me. No, these are the things that we got to get back. It seems so elementary, but it's crucial in a relationship. It says a lot for the relationship. How I feel about you, I still love you. I still love you. Come on, talk to me. Let me tell you something. Sister Gal, brother, man, make yourself attractive. Appealing to your mate. Come on here and talk to me. Don't walk around there and look and smell sour all day. Go in there and clean yourself up. Put some little talcum powder on. Put something on it. And smell good. When he opened the door, oh my God. Hey, he ain't got to call you. Just he be what the little that. Oh, the Fruit Loop thing. He just, baby, it's so good to see you. You know what? Because she's smelling good. Come on, talk to me. And you can't come in there like a muskrat. I'm going to be finished in a little bit. I'm just teaching right now. You can't come in there as a muskrat. Come on, baby, give me some love. Give me some this. That's all right. Give him a peck. Hey, yeah, that's all he get. He got to go get a bath first. No, that's the way it is until you take a bath. You smell like a sack of granddaddy right now, but it's okay. Go in there and get. They smelling like muskrat Sam, muskrat soup. Clean yourself up. Fix yourself up. Come on, talk to me. Stop being nasty. Stop being nasty. Stop being lazy. Fix yourself up. Clean yourself up. My husband coming home. My husband coming home. And husband don't have a slave in those. Most I'm saying it, but probably it's not for most of you. They're slaving over the stove. See, folks, they babe, which one of these dinners you want? They ain't boiling nothing in this day and time but water. Throw some wieners in the pot. Boil some wieners. But we're not boiling beans. Oxtails, we ain't doing that kind of stuff no more. They don't want no wholesome food. They don't want no soul food. You know something that's going to stick to you real. Come on, talk back to me up in here. That was the time women used to be smart. And after church, you can go home. You'll be ready to get up out of here. You'll be fun. I'll be, Tom, head up and get through because, man, that woman had that kitchen smelling up and down this morning. And so I'm trying to get home so I can get me some of that. But no, the baby, come on, we're going to go eat it. Because, that's against my religion to cook. I'm going to be finished. The problem being is mothers don't have time to teach their daughters how to cook anymore. All I'm trying to be hip-hop. They don't have time to teach them how to cook. And it's sad, grandma went to the grave with that recipe of how to make hot water cornbread. And you mentioned hot water cornbread before, just like some of y'all looking funny now. What kind of bread is that? I'm trying to tell you. Some crackling cornbread. No, they don't do that now. Martha White. They got rid of all of the recipe. Jiffy, Gladiola, whatever. They don't know how to do nothing now. It's sad. They're taking all of this into the grave. They don't have time to teach. Come on, talk to me. And men just married women because, hey, we can kick it. It ain't because you can cook. You can't even cut up a chicken. They don't know how to cut up a chicken. I don't know how they wind up with all these pieces. How in the world you get all these pieces? Because nobody have taken the time to teach them. And this is what hurting our young ladies in this day and time because they don't know. They don't know. Somebody got to take the time to teach them. But you got to want to be taught. The wife is just saying, hey, I don't know how to cook, but I really want to learn how to cook. And you're going hanging out with the people that can help them to take the time to teach. It wouldn't be bad if the church would have a chicken cutting class. I'm just trying to cut up a chicken. This is the way you do it. This is how it ought to be done. Come on. See, y'all looking at me. This seems elementary, but this means the world. That's confidence. That make a woman feel good when I can go in there and cut up a chicken. And this is just taboo to fix a cake from scratch. To fix a cake from scratch. Or you know it's made from scratch because you can. Oh yeah, you can feel. Well, I'm going to quit. See, they don't look at this as preaching. They don't look at this as preaching. They don't look at it because you don't get this in church. The preacher trying to be too flamboyant, trying to be too flashy and all this foolishness. No, I'm trying to minister to you. I'm trying to make you better, to instill into your life those values that's going to make you better, to make you want to be, man, I want to stand up and be a man. I want to stand up and be a man. And I want to be a woman. I want to be a real woman. Because you ain't no woman because you know you done bored it out. But I'll say that for another time. It's time for a change. Your time, as you're sitting here today, your time is running out. You don't have a whole lot of time. And guess what? I'm not just talking to sinners. I'm talking to saints. Because you're not saved for real. Because when Jesus come back, he don't just want to see some leaves. He want to see some fruit. That you have obeyed from the heart. That form of doctrine that was delivered unto you, the teaching, the preaching that was given unto you, that's going to make your life better. I'm getting ready to pray. But I want to say this. I love each and every one of you. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I'm only trying to help you. To make up your mind and say, hey, I got to get my life together. Don't throw your life away. Get it together. Listen. Now I'm going to give you food for thought. If you were to sit down today and list your accomplishments, how long would a list be? How long will your list be? The young people sit and say, well, I graduated from high school. I got a degree. No, I didn't quite get no degree because I was going to school. I was intending, but I got pregnant. And then when I thought about going back, I got pregnant again. And because we don't have nobody there to help us. Nobody there to okay, you messed up. That's okay. You messed up. Anybody here that never messed up? Come on, talk to me. So you see my hand go up and say, I ain't never messed up. And if your hand had gone up and said you messed up, then I was going to rebuke you. Say I had never messed up. You look just look around. Just look around. Look around. Look around. Everyone that you see in here done messed up. We have messed up more than once, twice, 3 times. We done messed up. But we got it together. But I need to run this by too. Some of us still messing up. But God, I thank you for your long suffering. I just want to be better. Look at your neighbor and say, I just want to be better. I want to be better. And then, why do you want to be better? Because I deserve better. I deserve better. Oh, glory to God. Sister Brenda deserves a better husband. Sister Betty, you deserve a better husband. So how did I do that? Never stop improving. Never stop striving to be better. Every day, get better. Every day, get better. Every day, you get better. Every day. Oh, my God. And take inventory of yourself. Lord, what can I do better? And husband and wife, honesty is not only the best policy, it's the only policy. And so what can I do to be a better husband? What can I do to be a better wife? And don't lie. Baby, I just love you just like you are. You're going to hell for lying. Hey, wake the weather. Baby, you know I love you. And then I don't care how they roll eyes. You ask. And then they don't want to hear. They don't want to come face to face with truth. Now, look at it and say, truth hurts. But it's to make us better. If you want me to please you, tell me what I can do to please you. Tell me what I can do to please you. And then improve. Improve. Get better. Get better. Get better. Get better. And I got news for you. It's not too late to get better. It's not too late to get better. And I don't care what nobody else say. They can run you down, say you the scum of the earth. You can say what you want to say, but I'm better than that. And I tell you what, I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove it to you that I'm better than that. Everyone stand.